Hello guys, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Hope RBI. In this particular lecture, I'm going to talk about some of the important sources that you guys might find beneficial for the preparation of SEBI Grade-A examination for the year 2022. When SEBI held this examination for the year 2020, I actually took it and I was able to get to the phase 2 of this exam, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get through. I scored really well in the paper 2 of the phase 2, the objective paper. That's why I'm here to share the sources that I referred to when I was preparing for this exam, so that you guys might find some of them beneficial for your own preparation. There is a lot of hype going around that the notification might come in January or February. I'm not sure about it. These are just mere speculations based on the basis of the previous notifications, but let's hope. So, talking about the sources, we need to understand the pattern of this exam first. It is held in three phases: your phase 1, phase 2, and your interview. In phase 1, you have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. In phase 2, you also have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2, and then your interview. In phase 1, they have already made it clear that you only have to score 70 out of 200 and you will be able to get to the phase 2. It's as simple as that, trust me. In the phase 1, they have already told you that you only need to score 30 out of 100. And in phase 2, you only need to score 40 out of 100. And in totality, you have to score 70 out of 200. So phase 1, the paper 1 of phase 1 is a simple paper of quantitative aptitude, your reasoning, your English, your general awareness. And the level of this particular paper is very, very simple. It's kind of a piece of cake. When I took this examination, it was much easier than even the clerical prelims that we actually encounter when we fill the clerical examination. So it is as easy, and you only have to score 30 out of 100. And in phase 2, there are different subjects that the syllabus actually mentions, and you have to score only 40 out of 100. And the level of the paper 2 of phase 1 is also extremely easy. If you have understood the basics, it's very, very easy that you just see the paper and you will be able to score approximately 80 or 80 plus out of 100 in this particular phase 2. So in paper 2, I'm sorry. So paper 2 consists of various subjects like your economics, your finance, your management, your accountancy, your costing, and the last is your company's law. The level of these subjects in paper 2 of phase 1 is extremely easy and it is very basic. I will be talking about the sources to refer for these particular subjects, but you need to understand that it is very easy to clear the phase 1 of this particular exam. But don't take it extremely lightly, because it was easier in 2020 examination, but in the year 2022 it might be difficult. It might be on the higher side, because now the people know about the pattern. When this examination was held, the pattern was changed. Because of that, they were not actually able to comprehend whether the paper will be easier or tough, and the paper came easy. But in 2022, you might anticipate that the paper will be a little bit on the harder side, but you have the advantage of the cutoff that they already had shown you. They already tell you. So moving on to the paper phase 2, you have two papers in phase 2 as well. Your paper 1 is your English descriptive paper, and paper 2 is similar to that of paper 2 of phase 1, but a little bit harder. It's a little bit complicated, but not extremely difficult. Trust me, if you understand the concept, it will be very easy. I have scored really well. I have scored approximately 73 to 74 marks in this particular paper 2 of phase 2. I will show you my scorecard in this video as well. So talking about the paper 1 of phase 2, in English section, you have a question of, your essay writing. You had to write an essay. In my paper, I had to write an essay of about 200 to 250 words. It was a smaller essay. And secondly, there was a question regarding the précis. I had to write a précis. And the third question was regarding the comprehension passage. There were about 5 questions under the comprehension passage, and I had to write down the answers to that in my own language rather than copying and pasting from the comprehension itself. So that was for the English. And for phase 2, the whole of the paper was objective. There were 50 questions carrying 2 marks each, and I had scored 74. I knew that I was accurate what I was doing in this exam. So talking about the sources, let me erase this mess. You see, if you're preparing for the RBI Grade B examination, some of the sources that you might as well have been following before, you do not need to change any of that. You need to follow the same sources. So the subjects that we need to study is the accounts, is your company's law, is your costing, then comes your economics, then comes your finance, and then comes your management. So if I'm not talking about the quant reasoning, English and general awareness, because you guys know I have made ton of videos regarding this. I will put the links of all these videos in the iCard as well as in the description below. You can check the playlist out and check all of these sources that I have already mentioned in those particular videos. Talking about these subjects, in these videos as well, I have told you about the economics, finance and management part. You don't need to go to any of the other sources. I have discussed various sources for the preparation of finance, for the preparation of management. I even have uploaded my sample notes on the Telegram group. Link will be in the description. So you guys can check that out, and you guys can check the videos for the finance and the management as well as for the economics. But you don't need to study about the social issues here. You only have to study about the macroeconomics that you are actually preparing for the RBI Grade B examination. And also you need to know about a little bit about the microeconomics as well, because in the SEBI Grade-A syllabus you need to cover the concept of supply and demand. You need to cover about the markets, the perfect competition market, the monopoly market, the oligopoly market, monopolistic competition market. All of these things you have to study. The concept of production, all of these things are needed to be studied for this SEBI Grade-A examination, and there is no other source better than the NCERTs. You have to follow nothing else, just follow the NCERTs of 11th standard and of the 12th standard macroeconomics. That's it for the SEBI Grade-A examination, nothing else. Even if you see the previous year papers, the level of economics was extremely easy if you had covered the NCERT according to the syllabus of the SEBI Grade-A examination of economics. That's it, nothing else. Moving on to the accounts and costing together, because costing is a part of accounts. Costing is also known as the cost accounting, and accounting is the general financial accounting according to the syllabus mentioned of the SEBI Grade-A. So I am an engineer. I am from an engineering background, and I have no interest and no, I did not know about these things. I did not know about the accounts or the costing or whatever. It was new to me. But being an engineer, I knew about a famous website that you might as well have heard of. That is NPTEL, NPTEL. So I just searched for the topic accounting, and I opened the YouTube and I just searched accounting NPTEL, and I found a beautiful playlist. There was a playlist of financial accounting by IIT Bombay. It is a very good playlist, and I just read the concepts from that particular playlist. I understood each and every concept very, very easily, because they have taught every aspect of accounting that is needed for the examination very, very comprehensively. So I am suggesting you guys to just search in YouTube, just search for accounting NPTEL, and you will find a playlist of financial accounting by IIT Bombay. Just go through the playlist, and every part of the syllabus will be covered very, very comprehensively. Plus they have also discussed some of the numericals, and you will be able to deeply understand the concept through the numericals. And also in phase 2 some of the numericals were asked, but they were on the easier side, so it will not be very complicated. You will be able to understand it very, very easily. Plus for accounting you need to follow the NCERT books of 11th and 12th. But don't dive into this particular subject very, very deeply. You are not a commerce student. You are not actually going to do a PhD in commerce, do a PhD in accounting. So don't dive into everything. Just understand the concept and practice with the basic numericals. That's it, according to the syllabus mentioned in SEBI Grade-A notification. That's it. You don't need to understand anything else. The next thing is your costing. If we talk about the costing, in costing also I actually trusted NPTEL, and I searched for the costing NPTEL on YouTube, and I also found a beautiful playlist of cost accounting by IIT Bombay again. And I studied about every aspect of costing that is mentioned in the syllabus through this particular playlist, and I found everything there. There is no need for you to go to anything else. And if you, even if you find something missing in this particular playlist, just search on Google or just search on YouTube. YouTube is a very good source, to see, to understand from various lecturers all over this YouTube world. So you can go through that. And for costing, I actually did that. And for more comprehension, for more understanding of the facts, I actually refer to NCRTs as well, because costing is a part of accounting. So you will find some of the basics of costing in NCRTs as well. So nothing, you don't have to dive deep into this accounting and costing, black hole. You just need to understand the basic concepts, and that will be it. You can check out the previous year questions also. Many of the YouTube many of people on YouTube have already actually explained various concepts regarding accounting and regarding costing. You can go to any of that. Plus, in the NPTEL, if you don't find it feasible to understand from the IIT Bombay website, you can just go to any other lectures, be it IIT Kanpur, IIT Kharagpur, any of the teachers that you find easier to understand. You can go to any of those sources. Then coming to the company's law. For the company's law, this for the company's law, I referred YouTube because I hate cramming, and company's law, it is all about cramming. What is a company, what is an organization, which section says that the audits are to be taken by this person, or which person allows the specific person to take audits for a particular company. All of these are facts, and you have to learn facts, you have to remember facts. So for that, I actually refer to the YouTube, because there is nothing to understand in a particular piece of act or particular piece of law. There are some conceptual things that you need to understand, but YouTube helps you very, very well. So you can just find any of the compilation. I searched for the Companies Act or the Companies Law on YouTube, and I found the 1 hour or 2 hour compilations of Companies Act, and I understood from that. And for you guys, after the exam, I actually saw some of the important sources. There is a playlist from eKida Commerce and Management. There is a channel called eKida Commerce and Management. They have made a playlist regarding the Companies Act. So you can actually refer to that. They have explained it in a very simple manner. You can make your own notes regarding this particular lecture. And also there is also a YouTube channel called CS Amit Vohra Law Classes. This person has also explained your company's law in a very beautiful manner, in a very simple manner. There is a compilation of 7-hour video. 7-hour video for this particular act. You can check it out, in pieces. Obviously, you don't have to sit through 7 hours in a single day, obviously. But you have to, for the conceptual understanding and to make, or your own notes for the facts of company's law. I was not actually well prepared for the company's law, but fortunately, I actually encountered the questions which I read for this particular subject, and I was able to clear, most of the questions of the company's law. So moving on to my scorecard. This is my scorecard. As you can see, I scored 78. I'm sorry, I scored 78.50 out of 100 in paper 2, which is your subject specific paper. But in English, this was really a big shocker for me. In English, I scored 40 marks out of 100. That was I was really shocked, because I thought my exam was very easy and I attempted very well, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get good marks in this, and obviously there is a need for me to improve. So there is a weightage of 1/3 in the paper 1 and 2/3 in the paper 2. So I was able to score 65.66 and the cutoff was 66. So I just missed the exam by just 0.33 marks, and I was really, upset about it. But obviously, even if I had gotten 66 or 67, obviously I had to score very, very high marks in the phase 3 to get into the list. So this was not even worth it. I had to score more in the descriptive section as well as in the paper 2 of phase 2. So you also need to understand that what actually this exam is demanding from you. Paper 1 is very easy to crack. Phase 1 is very easy to crack. They have already defined the cutoff. You only have to, surpass the cutoff, and you just prepare well for the phase 2. And in the phase 2, you just need 1 or 2 months for preparation, hardly, because these concepts, I was not much familiar with accounts. I was not much familiar with costing or companies law. I was familiar with finance and management because I was preparing for RBI, but for the other subjects I wasn't, well aware, and I did it in 1 to 2 months and I scored really well. I'm really proud of this score, but I also obviously needed to improve as well. So I think I might fill the form this year as well. There's a lot of hype of the notification, so let's see. And if you have any doubts regarding this particular video, if you have any doubts regarding the sources, you can just comment down below and I will be happy to help you guys. And please do tell me if you were preparing for the as SEBI grade A beforehand, and if I missed a really good source here, you can also comment down below, so that if I'm preparing, I will also be very benefited from that particular source, and even our subscribers, our viewers will also benefit from your comment. Please guys, share this channel. We are very close to 3K, and I'm very much obliged and very much honored that you guys are supporting this channel, and you guys are actually feeling that my content, the things I present to you, the things I discuss with you, it actually is making a little bit of change in your preparation strategies. So thank you so much for this. Please share this channel and keep supporting like you always do. Thank you so much. Have a great day.